I can't help but to laugh because I don't know. I was just thinking about something. Anyway, when you want to become more attractive, yeah, was the laughing is attractive. It is. You ever like? Have you ever been in the presence of somebody who has such a fucking contagious laugh that like it just spreads all over the place and you just have a great experience. Thank you, truck, for fucking up my audio. Anyway, hopefully you didn't hear the truck. It wasn't really that loud. When you want to become more attractive, let's get serious. Just kidding. This video kind of goes hand in hand with the video that I made yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Basically about how, people that didn't get healthy individuation and differentiation and boundaries in very early childhood. My back fucking itches. Trying to use my car seat to itch my back. How those people might end up doing it in adulthood, or you could just fucking never do it at all, and your life will be a very specific way. If you are non-individuated and undifferentiated, you have a very challenging time with life. You tend to be much more on the side of unhealthy, mentally, emotionally. Looking at personality, right? You just tend to have much more of an unhealthy personality. Actually, this is important to make a distinction here. Healthy personalities, think about somebody that does yoga, right? Like somebody that does like actual physical yoga, right? Their bodies are very flexible. It's very healthy to live that way, to practice that and have that be part of your lifestyle. Somebody that has a healthy personality, their body is very, I said personality, yeah. Their body is very, no, sorry. Their personality, there we go. That was confusing me. Their personality is very flexible. Somebody with a healthy personality has a healthy, has a flexible. I am confusing the hell out of myself. Chill out, Chris. Somebody with a healthy personality has a very flexible personality. There we go. Somebody with an unhealthy Jesus, here we go again. Somebody with an unhealthy personality has a very rigid personality, right? So imagine somebody who goes throughout their life not doing yoga. Why wouldn't you want to do yoga? Yoga is fantastic. You stretch your body out, you feel great, you're flexible, you're able to move all over the place. It's wonderful, right? So somebody who doesn't do mental yoga is rigid, obviously. Somebody who does do mental yoga is flexible in the mind, obviously. They have a flexible personality. There we go. I simplified it. Now getting back to the gravy. If you don't like gravy, sorry. When you want to be more attractive, right? I'm going to argue, based on what I've learned, that if you didn't get what it is that you needed earlier on in life, and I'm going to be totally blunt here and say that boundaries, individuation, and differentiation are highly fucking essential to personal development. Like, I'm just gonna say, you fucking need them. And if you didn't get them, you can go for them later on in life. And maybe it is a lifelong process, but it is very fucking crucial that it happens earlier on in life, right? Individuation, having a clear distinction of your own self in terms of mental, emotional, behavioral, all that stuff that is separate from the rest of the herd. Meaning, family of origin and everything. Differentiation is difference between self and other boundaries. It has, all to do with that and everything. The reason why it's important to talk about that is because if you don't have those things in place, you're actually going to be drastically less attractive as an individual. And when I talk about attraction here, I'm mainly referring to energy, right? The attraction that we're in control of, far more, unless you want to spend a fuck ton of money on like plastic surgery and stuff and liposuction and do a bunch of things to your fucking body, get modifications, this, that, and the other. Now, therapy is expensive, and therapy is a way to transform your energetic attraction, of course. But you also don't totally, I mean, I would argue that therapy is the best fucking route to take to transform your energetic attraction, because if you don't even know that you didn't individuate and differentiate, and you don't have boundaries, or you don't have healthy boundaries, you're like way fucking back there, you know, in terms of progress as an individual. It's not good or bad or right or wrong. Let me make that very clear. It's none of that. It's neither of those. But like, you're just totally fucking unaware of the things that you would need to even start a fucking foundation as, you know, somebody who's looking to grow as a healthy individual. That's just the way that it is, right? Now that we've gotten past the boundaries, the individuation, the differentiation, let's look at some other things, right? Because I would argue that you need boundaries, individuation, and differentiation to really even start to be able to look. I'm going to use this as a metaphor, right? My hand is a fucking mirror. Just kidding. No, it's not. To be able to even start to look at a mirror and to see yourself, right? You're going to have to not be clouded by these other things. When you don't have boundaries, when you don't have individuation and differentiation, if you are undifferentiated, you don't really see the difference between yourself and other. And you might actually look at other people as a fucking extension of you. I'm just going to call it for what I believe it is: unhealthy. To see other people as an extension of you, right? You are your own autonomous individual. I'm not going to get into the whole thing of you are an island, you're not an island. No, I don't give a shit about that. What I'm here to talk about is the necessary foundational stuff that is absolutely necessary to occur. Boundaries, individuation, differentiation, to help you start to build as a fucking individual, right? Now that we've gotten that out of the way, and just understanding that those are very essential and necessary in early childhood development, let's talk about becoming more attractive as an individual. If your intention to be more attractive as an individual is to get something, you're doing something as a means to an end, right? That's also, one, short-lived, two, what I would argue to be unattractive. Whatever. Anyway, so, if you're trying to become more attractive because you want to get something, right, understand that it's probably more beneficial to do it to get to know yourself better, right? You can try to become more attractive to get something, right? But you can also understand that if you just take all of your energy, I'm probably going to make a part 2 to this because there's actually a lot to talk about here. I've been saying that a lot recently. You can take all of your energy, hold on, I need to make something clear. If you didn't get healthy boundaries, healthy individuation, and healthy differentiation in childhood, there's a good chance that you might be so fucked outside of your body, right? Like, for instance, let's look at an empath, right? People that are empaths, that are highly empathic, that are so fucking fucked outside of their bodies, they're so attuned to their environment. Not a bad thing, not a good or bad or right or wrong. It can actually be helpful, right? It can be helpful in the sense that, I don't know, maybe they need to tune their environment to make sure that they're fucking safe. And if that's the case, that's helpful. That's wonderful. But if that's the case, one of the most important things in terms of being attractive as an individual, not as a flower, not as a dog, not as a, I don't know, blade of grass, not as a rock, just kidding. Bringing your energy back to yourself and into your body, not being worried about other people and their frames and stuff. If you didn't fucking know already, you're not responsible for other people. Unless the other person is a child, of course. Unless the other, well, not a person, but the other thing is a dog. A dog is not a thing. I almost said it's a living human. Nearly. For all those dog lovers out there. Really though, when you bring your energy and your awareness back into your body and you ground in your own frame, that is one thing in and of itself that is just massively attractive, right? Being grounded in your own sense of self, in your own frame, in your own individuality, knowing yourself. Yeah, there's gonna have to be a part 2 to this. That in and of itself is very attractive. Again, let me just make this very clear. Actually, I'll probably end off with this just for the sake of the video and the sake of the part 2. If you have been, for whatever reason, probably through trauma, fucked outside of your body, right? Because somebody in your life led you to believe that you need to focus on that for survival. You need to focus on that person for survival, or that person for survival, or that person for... You're just like, oh my God, right? You're just like all over the fucking place. Your energy... Sorry, something in my mouth. Your energy is fucked out of your body. The first and foremost important thing to do at this point is to learn to bring your energy and awareness back into yourself and into your body. Right? Doing that will help you recalibrate as an individual. Look out for a part 2, because there's probably going to be a part 2 to this. It's important, it's necessary, in order to learn how to become more attractive as a person. Well, hold on a second. I say as a person as if I'm referring to anything else. Yeah, be more attractive as a fucking tire. Be more attractive as a sign. Be more... No, I'm just kidding. Come back for part 2 to learn to be more attractive as a person.